I said, okay, Craig has it. Hey, we're live, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
We're all the way live.
That's not our song.
All the way. You right. I couldn't even get that last part. That was going to be my part too. But anywho, we want to welcome everybody to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
Now that slap, okay? Who gonna put a beat to it? All right, listen, welcome to Story Time. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bonnie G, in a place to be.
Hey.
And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I want to be present, okay? Call my name so I can let you know I am here, okay? I made it. Slither, but I made it, okay? And if you don't know, you know our assembly family. Y'all know her as Dr. Norwood. But however, our Storytime family know her as. Come on, y'all, get the claps together. Get the claps together. Count with me. Do it with me and do it with your soul. Don't play with me, okay? We know her as Auntie Shelly on the beat. But that's what. Oh, listen. Y'all better listen. Y'all better listen, okay? Y'all claps really was on point. Okay? You didn't even do this. You was just straight like butt up. You seasoned your claps it was seasoned to perfection. I appreciate it. Okay? I admired that. It was on point. Tasteful. Needed a moment because that did something too.
That's Abram's wife. She let him deal with it.
LeBron, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Can you pin Dad's comment? So it'll stay at the top.
Ooh, come on, love.
To like and share.
Come on, pin message. Absolutely. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Thank you. I didn't even know that was an option. Hello.
Right. I didn't even know it was either. I've never heard of it.
Listen, tell me something. Tell me something and I'll listen, okay? Like my dad said, please do not forget to like and share this video with your friends if you find it helpful. If you don't find it helpful, listen, just pray for us, okay? There's still a chance. Chances are there's still a chance, okay?
There's a chance what?
That they may like us.
Oh, okay.
If they keep giving us a chance.
Okay.
But then again, we're not for everybody.
Gonna be what it is.
Exactly. So, listen, it is what it is at that point. All right. So listen, let's go. Y'all already know before we go into a scripture, our new book, we hit you with a scripture. All right. And I'm just going to do something real simple. Okay. Here it is. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Not Elon Musk. Not Big Pharma.
Not the people over in, was that China or
not them.
Japan trying to make the sun.
Not them, okay? In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens.
That's the whole foundation.
Right there.
Don't
I didn't need to go no further.
That's the foundation.
That's it. That's what we built upon, okay? That line right there. Somebody can go ahead and dance on that. I mean, if your hips is up to it. I don't know. My hips aren't. I can't move like how I used to. All right, y'all. No, because I'm not 18 no more. Something happens after 18.
After 18, not 18.
Maybe 20, 23. I don't know. Ever since then, your body just hangs on to wisdom. It don't want to do the things that you used to do when you was a teenager. It just clings on to wisdom if you're lucky. So I thank y'all for my knees, okay? My legs. They carry me through. However, let's do a nice segue to this book right here. Okay? This is the book of Havaoth, and this is the book that we are reading in. We don't really have a good, we don't have a long, drawn-out recap for you because we're still in the book of James. Yeah. But we'll give you what we can. How's that? How's that sound? All right. Y'all so good tonight.
We're going to just kind of segue into what we're on page 46. Those are your book chapter 11. But I'm just going to give Joseph goes off, leaves Miriam at home.
Oh, yes.
Joseph goes off to build the houses because we now understand Joseph is a carpenter, but like in our minds, so he's always building chairs and tables. He's building houses, homes. He gets back, Mary a whole 6 months.
Pregnant.
And Joseph ain't dumb.
And not the whole I'm pregnant with ministry. Okay, not that kind of pregnant.
Yeah, no.
She real life pregnant.
Big stomach and all.
Fetus.
And Joseph wouldn't know what's going on. And she like, I honest. I did that. And he like, did I? Okay, you know I'm paraphrasing because how you having a baby?
And I didn't have nothing to do with it.
She's like, it's from the Ruach. What? Ruach who? Ruach Smith down the street? The blacksmith?
Whose spirit?
You're like, come on, Mary.
Whose spirit
Miriam.
filled you?
Come on now. You expect me to believe that? She was like honest. And so he's torn because he knows she's not a liar.
Right, he did.
But he also know how you have babies.
He ain't slow. He got grown kids himself. Okay?
He know babies don't just appear. You gotta be doing something. And he like, what did you do? I'm supposed to be keeping you a virgin. Who gonna believe anything?
The air just blew on you.
Ain't nobody gonna believe that. So the angel had to show up in the dream.
Oh, thank you.
And tell brother Yosef,
yep,
she is with child of the Ruach HaKodesh, and you're gonna call his name Yeshua.
Yep.
Because he's here to save his people
from their sins.
And with that, we go on to chapter 11.
All right, y'all. So if you got the book, let's listen. Buckle up because we're going somewhere.
Oh yeah, and ain't this the one where he also said Elizabeth is?
Yes, absolutely. 6 months pregnant too.
Yeah.
Yep. She went to go visit her cousin, and the baby was filled with the Holy Spirit when she heard.
That John the Baptist, Yochanan.
Yochanan.
He said, "Here come Mashiach."
Hey, all right. And John the Baptist daddy is mute.
Yes.
Can't say nothing because he doubted.
Because he doubted.
All right, you got something left?
No.
Okay, because we were asked yesterday why you wasn't on camera doing all that good talking.
Got clowns.
Right. Nevertheless, I'm going to go on to chapter 11.
Go ahead.
I shall. All right. Shalom, everybody, by the way, too. All right. Then came Hanan Yahu, that's his name today, the scribe, and said to Joseph, why have we not seen you since your return? And Joseph replied, because I was weary after my journey and rested the first day. First off, say it's good to see you first, okay? Don't start hitting me with a whole bunch of questions. I was tired. I worked hard. That's all you need to know.
I'm a grown man.
But
you might have inserted a word, between grown and man, but we don't know.
We don't know. Okay? We just know
But some of y'all would have.
Absolutely. So we still believe we got business. All right. But Hannah Yahu, turning about, perceived the virgin big with child. Ooh. So he looked us up.
So Nahu trying to say, dude, why we ain't seen you? As if he's hiding something.
Absolutely.
He said,
you that busy?
Side eye, what you busy doing? Look like the virgin is pregnant. You supposed to be keeping her.
Right. I would agree. As this, and Hanan Yahu, she and Joseph was brought to their trial. And the priest said to her, Miriam, what have you done? What have you debased your soul and forgot your Elohim, seeing you were brought up in the holies of holies and received your food from the hands of angels and heard their songs? Why have you done this? To which with a flood of tears she answered, as Yahuwah Eloheinu lives, I am innocent in his sight, seeing I know no man. The priest said to Joseph, why have you done this? And Joseph answered, as Yahuwah Eloheinu lives, I have not been concerned with her.
Well, that's nice place to put it, concerned with her. I've not been concerned with her. What the what?
I've been building houses. I just got back yesterday.
Gone. I ain't been concerned with her.
Listen, I'm just as shocked as you were. Okay. Wow.
Concerned.
But the priest said, "Do not lie, but declare the truth. You have privately married her and not uncovered it to the children of Yasharel, and humbled yourself under the mighty hand of Elohim, that your seed might be blessed." And Joseph was silent.
But you know what? I'm going to give the priest this much respect. At least they didn't think he just had his way with her. They said, no, at least you did marry her. You must have took her away and married her. So at least they had that much respect for Joseph that they didn't think he just, brought her to the house. And
since you say that, then I'm going to give him some more respect, because he is honestly operating in what he's supposed to do as a chief priest.
Yes, because that don't just happen. It has never happened.
No.
It has never happened.
He like getting to the root of it.
Yeah.
He could have just been like, you know what? He didn't even have to give them a trial.
Yeah.
But he gave them a trial to see listen, how did we get here?
Yeah.
How did we get here, Joseph?
Yeah. And he's talking to both of them.
Yes, getting both sides.
He's asking both of them the question.
And Mary, he's like,
what did you do and what did you do?
Did you fall?
Just be honest. Don't lie.
Absolutely.
Because come on.
Absolutely.
Holy God, you ain't been with a man. He ain't been with you.
Yet we're here pregnant. Okay. How does that happen?
Yeah.
I mean, I know how it happened.
But what's up? I'm going to need y'all to confess. Tell the truth.
Without giving details. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be a trip for all of them. Yeah, listen. Hanan Yahoo probably giving them the side eyes, like, really? Yeah, everybody at this part is probably like, oh, no, she ain't.
You see, it says that Joseph was silent. He was like,
I don't know what to say.
He has all he can do is tell you, it wasn't me.
I didn't do it, and I don't want to sound as crazy as I'm about to sound, but it wasn't me.
He don't even know. He don't even know how to defend himself, because how do you? Because you're right. This don't just happen.
Don't make sense.
How do I explain this?
You can't. You really can't.
You really can't.
Boy,
just like Miriam couldn't explain to Joseph, the angel had to come.
Yep.
So Joseph probably thinking, look, the angel gonna have to come visit you.
Right. You sleepy? Are you sleepy? Chief priest? You may need a nap, okay? Then said the priest to Joseph, you must restore to the temple of Yahuwah the virgin which you took from there. But he wept bitterly. And the priest added, I will cause you both to drink the water of Yahuwah, which is for trial, and so your iniquity shall be laid upon before you. Then the priest took the water and made Joseph drink, and sent him to a mountainous place. And he returned perfectly well. And all the people wondered that his guilt was not discovered. So the priest said, since Yahuwah has not made your sins evident, neither do I condemn you. So he sent them away. Then Joseph took Miriam and went to his house, rejoicing and praising Elohim of Yasharel. So was he supposed to die from this drink?
Hey, I don't know.
Was it poison?
I don't know.
I guess he was supposed to come back like ashamed or something.
Something.
Or
it didn't work.
I got a question. So the priest, he knew Miriam when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shouldn't he have had some type of discernment or something, kind of
But that's his point. She's supposed to stay a virgin.
No, yeah.
That's what he said. You ate angels' food.
Yeah.
That's why he told Miriam, you ate angels' food.
But didn't?
Oh, you mean shouldn't he have known she's gonna give birth to Mashiach?
I don't think
so.
Well,
because I'm so this is after Abraham and a lot of other events. So
oh yeah,
prophecy was being fulfilled back then, right? So shouldn't he have known
because Isaiah said it.
But you know what? Some people are kept in the dark too.
Yeah. And in that moment, you ain't thinking about that.
Yeah, and some people, he had people in the dark for a reason.
Blinded.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But he was able, one thing he can't say is Elohim wasn't real, because he watched Elohim send angels to her and feed her. So I think
he know a little something.
Yeah, I think in his position, that was what Yahuwah wanted him to see.
Yeah, because he's saying if Yahuwah didn't condemn you, I don't. So whatever you did must have been right. But he still ain't. But it still don't say he bought the story.
Yeah.
He's just saying, okay, well, if you you secretly married her and had a baby, if Yahuwah don't mind, nah, ain't nothing I could say.
Ain't nothing.
But I don't think he buying. I don't know a man. I ain't touched the line.
Right.
I don't think he buying that. He just saying, if Yahuwah don't condemn you, I don't either. Go home.
Absolutely. Like, listen, the truth will come out somehow. All right. Okay. Thank you, Brother James. Thank you for your encouragement.
Go ahead, Abram, or whatever.
Oh, you know. Speak, Abram. All right, chapter 12. Excuse me. And it came to pass that there went forth a decree from the emperor of Augustus that all the Yehudim should be taxed who were of Bethlehem in Yahud. And Joseph said, I will take care that my children are taxed. I will take care that my children are taxed. But what shall I do with this young woman? To have her taxed as my woman, I am ashamed. And if I tax her as my daughter, all Yasharel knows she is not my daughter. When the time of Yahuwah's appointment shall come, let him do as it seems good to him. And he saddled the ass and put her upon it. And Joseph and Shimeon followed after her and arrived at Bethlehem within 3 miles.
Oh. So I guess when you pay your taxes, you pay
like
so
child
much
tax
for your
credit.
children, yeah, and so much for your wife. And he said, I'm ashamed to say she's my wife.
Yeah, because she looks like my child.
She looked like
and then
my
if
child.
I say that she's my child.
Not even child, grandchild. Because remember, his children are grown.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
and she's like 16, right? Yeah, she's 16.
No, 14.
Oh, 14. That's right, because she was 12. Then she was 14 when she left.
Okay.
Did we get to 16?
I thought we got to 16 when she started getting pregnant. When she got pregnant, that started getting pregnant.
I think it said she was 14.
Anybody remember?
It says she was. I think it said she was 14.
I do remember a 14. Okay.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
She was 2.
You go and research that.
Yeah.
I thought she was 16, but okay, you might be right. Oh, and then Rangi says she thought she was 14. Okay, so maybe she is 14.
Because I think in Christianity they always told her she was 16. I think maybe
to make it more palatable. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna go into verse 4. When the time of Yahuwah's, I'm gonna go to verse 6. You're right. Then Joseph, turning about, saw Miriam sorrowful and said within himself, perhaps she is in pain from that which is within her. But when he turned about again, he saw her laughing and said to her, Miriam, how happens it that I sometimes see sorrow and sometimes laughter and joy in your countenance? And Miriam replied to him, I see 2 people with my eyes. The one weeping and mourning, the other laughing and rejoicing. And he went again across the way, and Miriam said to Joseph, take me down from the ass, for that which is in me presses to come forth. But Joseph replied, where shall I take you? For the place is a desert. Where did they tell y'all that he was born? I'll give you time. Where did he tell you? Auntie Shani, you better be the last one to answer. I know you know the answer. So listen, I'm going to give y'all some time. Babe, you remember this story?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So they are in the desert.
So do you guys remember what Christianity taught you? He was born where? And was it freezing or was it hot? All right. Well, listen, y'all typing too slow, so I got to keep going because I want to know what's up. Yes. Yep. Rangi said it taught us that he was born in the barn. Yes. Bethlehem. Come on, Mama Gwen. Yes. Any more? Because we want to dispel those lies. Mm-hmm. At Bethlehem. Yep.
And they laid him in the manger.
And they well, listen, okay. I just told Auntie Shani not to say something, but go ahead and tell it all. What more?
Stop. I'm sorry.
You finished it.
No, they get up.
That's right, Auntie Shelly on the beat. But it was a major. Okay, major. He was born in a major, okay? With little animals around him. Probably a little hay on him to keep him warm.
That's so precious, though.
And just looking over him.
That was a little blanket.
Oh, a little blanket, maybe. Yeah.
Because he had to be wrapped.
Oh,
Well, they
swaddled.
did that anyway.
Yeah.
She had to do that anyway.
Yeah. So, you know.
Somebody's ripping their clothes at night.
Yes.
To wrap it around.
Absolutely. Because of the temperature, it was snowing. All right. So we're going to carry on with that lie. And if you got your trash due tonight, throw that in there. Okay? Put that in the trash so it can be taken out tomorrow. All right. All right. So then said Miriam again to Joseph, take me down, for that which is within me presses me mightily. And Joseph took her down, and he found there a cave and led her into it. Now this is interesting because the cave of treasures.
The cave. Hey, it wouldn't surprise me. And I mean, I'm not going to be dogmatic. I'm not going to teach it as a gospel truth, but in deep down, I think it's the same cave.
I believe it is.
Because the gold, frankincense, myrrh was the same gold and frankincense.
That they brought, that the three kings brought to the little baby.
That they buried in there with Abram. I mean, with, what's his name? What's granddaddy's name? Adam. Yes.
Yes. All right. So it was not a major. I don't know. Maybe that's a different word for cave.
Yeah, no. Major is something the animals eat out of.
So it was a cave. All right. And 13. And leaving her, his sons in the cave, Joseph went.
The sons is there too.
The sons are there.
Oh.
He didn't leave her by herself. Joseph went forth to seek a Hebrew midwife in the village of Bethlehem. But as I was going, said Joseph, I looked up into the air and I saw the clouds astonished, and the fowls of the air stopping in the midst of their flight. The birds.
That's one of my favorite things.
Everything is literally time stopped.
Stood still.
It stood still. So if you was a bird in your wings,
coming.
This is the bird, your wings, okay? The feather ain't moved. It just stopped.
And you just there, suspended.
That's it. To the bird. Wow. And I looked down towards the earth and saw a table spread and working people sitting around it. But their hands were upon the table, and they did not move to eat. Time literally stood still. Wow. Like you know them photos you hate for people to catch. The one that Dad just caught me in the midst of?
See, that's why he always do that. It's in commemoration of what happened.
You know what? Now that makes sense. So, you know what, Dad? So when you want to post us like that, I will no longer be upset because I'm like, oh, he got that from the Gospel of James.
Just give it a subhead.
Right. The 13th
Go
chapter.
Read the chapter in James. You'll understand this picture.
Absolutely. Yeah. It makes sense because that's definitely in my dad's DNA. He'll snap a picture right when you get that back.
And they at the table.
At the table. Oh, you anointed.
And didn't even know it. See?
You are called, not because I said it, but because he
messages and we don't even get it till we read.
You better go ahead now. I can't wait the next time I'm eating something and you there with your phone. Just go ahead and snap me.
But still try to get it cute. Like don't have.
Girl, that's wishing too much. For Dad, that's too much.
Just take the picture for now.
I be wishing he can crop some stuff, but you know. I gotta take it as he gets it. All right, Reagan, let's get into your comments. She said that's buzzing out. It went from the desert to them seeing the cave. Did the Most High make the cave appear?
I think it's the cave Adam and Kua lived in.
I think it's that same cave that Adam
same cave
in the Kua lived when they got kicked out of the garden. Remember they found this cave?
Mm-hmm. They called it the Cave of Treasures.
Yes.
Yeah. They were buried in it.
Yep. That's crazy. Girl, yes. I'm just as shocked as you are. All right, verse 4. They who had meat in their mouths did not eat.
Me and you.
And some of y'all that like to smack. We saw all of that in
The
your mouth.
smack just went.
Right, we seen all your food. See, but when you chew like this, nobody sees it. But when you smacking, trying to say you tasting your food, everyone sees it. All right, verse 5. They who lifted their hands up to their heads did not draw them back. Scratching your head, your head stayed there.
If you was wiping the sweat, you just literally froze.
You're frozen. You were frozen.
See, that's where Simon Says came from. Ain't Simon Says the one you gotta stop? What's that? What's the game?
Red light, green light?
Oh, is that it? Red light, green light. Red light, stop. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, Simon Says is do the
yeah. But it's all right. I was gonna make it work.
Hey, you not make it work. Just tell me the right
13th chapter said stop. Okay.
Just tell me the right game.
Dwayne, he goes on to say that's crazy because CERN is trying to do the same thing by making time stop. Absolutely, and I think it was CERN that had them birds stuck in the air. Y'all remember that? That was not too long ago. You can actually look that up on YouTube.
I know some of those them G5.
Yep, the G5 towers.
Is it G5, 5G?
5G.
I always say it wrong.
G5
towers are sometimes when birds fly by, but they just die. They just stop and die. Yeah, because it's too much. You can't duplicate this.
You can't, no matter how you try. Can't do it. All right. 6. And they lifted them up to their mouths, did not put anything in, but all their faces were fixed upwards.
Oh, so everybody just stopped and looked up.
So if you were eating, scratching your head,
whatever
chewing,
you was doing,
you were looking up.
You just looked up.
Look up.
Yeah, because remember,
hit it again.
I can't remember what book it was when it talked about, I want to say Isaiah, Ascension of Isaiah, when they were talking about how he came down through each of the layers of heaven and he turned himself into each one so they didn't know. And so he must have finally got into our atmosphere in the firmament. And they saw him coming down, about to be born, because he had to come down. We read it in some.
I recall that. No, we did read that.
Because remember,
but I never caught that. I remember he was like.
Remember when he went back up there? It's like, how'd you get past us?
Yeah.
How'd you even get past us?
Wow.
And then it was telling us how he got past them. Like each layer, he turned himself
into that.
Yeah. So he kind of digressed till he came into the firmament and the animals and nature was like. But there were some people that's a trip. There were some people that
saw it, just like
that saw it,
just like what's his name, Bartholomew. He said, "Good job, you paid attention."
Yeah. Like I saw you leave that cross.
I saw them angels.
Don't blame me.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, some people saw it, and it was like,
wow. Some people gonna see it. Wow. And I beheld the sheep disperse, and yet the sheep stood still. And the shepherd lifted up his hand to smite them, and his hand continued up. You thought.
Yeah. The sheep stood still like you was finna hit the sheep, and you was like,
yep. Wow.
I can't move.
Can't move.
You know, that's where they got the Tin Man from in the he was like,
he couldn't move? He was stuck?
Man, I see the Wiz. At least the Wiz.
You know, don't pull my black card today. Not tonight.
It's not a black card.
My Hebrew card? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a Hebrew card. It's just the old movie.
Okay. And I looked to a river and saw the kids with their mouths close to the river, close to the water, and touching it, but they did not drink.
Even the kids. They went to get them some cool little water out there. It was like,
this is like,
time stood still, at least in that place, in that moment. We don't know if it happened all over the world, but right there where he was coming through,
in
people saw it.
People saw it.
People saw it and was like, just
what a
frozen.
Moment. What a moment.
Yeah.
And it probably felt like a lifetime, but it was probably like in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Use your most imagination, okay?
Yeah.
Because this is absolutely a beautiful moment.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yes, absolutely.
That's wow.
Absolutely. 14. Then I beheld a woman coming down from the mountains, and she said to me, "Where are you going?" And I said to her, "I am going to inquire for a Hebrew midwife." She replied to me, "Where is the woman that is to be delivered?" And I answered, in the cave, and she is betrothed to me." Then the midwife said, "Is she not your wife?" And Joseph answered, "It is Miriam, who was educated in the holies of holies in the house of Yahuwah, and she fell to me by lot, and is not my woman, but has conceived by the Ruach HaKodesh." I kind of feel like he's telling too much, because she didn't ask for that, all that, but she needed to know all that.
Yeah, she must have, something inside
to let you know
that,
what you're getting into.
Yeah.
But she seems like she's sent.
Yeah. And notice he looking for a Hebrew. He ain't just looking for any old body.
Right.
He ain't looking for any old doctor. I need a Hebrew woman.
Right. Absolutely. The midwife said, "Is this true?" He answered, "Come and see." And the midwife went along with him and stood in the cave. Then a bright cloud overshadowed the cave, and the midwife said, "This day my soul is magnified, for my eyes have seen surprising things, and the salvation is brought forth to Yasharel." But on a sudden, the cloud became great light in the cave, so that their eyes could not bear it.
That's him, I think. That's him.
That's it, because he is a great light.
Yeah.
Himself is a great light. Wow. You got to excuse me as I squint my eyes because I'm trying to give it to y'all. Okay. Let me see. 12. Wait, let's go back. But on a sudden, the cloud became a great light in the cave, so that their eyes could not bear it. But the great light gradually decreased until the infant appeared. And remember, like when he came up from the ascension of Isaiah, he gradually decreased.
Yes.
Girl, you better tie that in.
And it said until the infant appeared. So that's him coming down. And he just, now I have a baby. No pain, no, I got a baby.
You got the baby's right now. Wow. Wow. But the light gradually decreased until the infant appeared and sucked the breast of his mother, Miriam. Then the midwife cried out and said, "How glorious a day is this, in that my eyes have seen this extraordinary sight." And the midwife went out from the cave, and Shalom met her, and peace met her. And the midwife said to her, "Shalom, shalom. I will tell you a most surprising thing which I saw. A virgin have brought forth, which is a thing contrary to nature." To which Shalom replied, "As Yahuwah Elohei lives, unless I receive particular proof of this matter, I would not believe that a virgin has brought forth."
Okay, so this is Shalom.
Oh, Shalom.
I mean, it says Shalom. That means peace. So whoever named her peace, basically.
Okay.
But that's why it says it answered her, because this is actually a person.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. Wow. But anyway, he ain't believing it. Or she ain't believing it. She ain't believing it. So
you're going to have to show me.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Then Shalom went in, and the midwife said, "Miriam, show yourself, for a controversy is risen concerning you." And Shalom received satisfaction. But her hands was withered, and she groaned bitterly, and said, "Woe to me because of my iniquity, for I have tempted the living Elohim, and my hand is ready to drop off." Then Shalom made her supplication to Yahuwah and said, "O Elohim of my fathers, remember me, for I am the seed of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Do not make me a reproach among the children of Yasharel, but restore me sound to my parents. For you well know, O Adonai, that I have performed many offices of charity in your name, and have received my reward from you. Upon this, an angel of Yahuwah stood by Shalom and said, Yahuwah Elohim has heard your prayer. Reach forth your hand to the child and carry him, and by that means you shall be restored. And Shalom, filled with exceeding joy, went to the child and said, I will touch him. And she purposed to worship him, for she said, this is a great king, which is born in Yasharel. And straightway Shalom was cured.
See, she got herself in trouble, doubting.
Yep.
Just like Zachariah. Got your little self in trouble, like I ain't gonna, but you know the prophecies.
Yes.
That's why she got in trouble, because
she
knew the prophecies.
Absolutely.
So unless you, what if Mir would have said, "You better get that little withered hand away from our baby"? Y'all know how we can be with them babies,
right? Yeah.
And you a stranger,
and that's why he had to get a Hebrew woman, because they're familiar with the customs, familiar with the prophecies.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, the prophecy, covenant, all that. But Shalom, no, you better call on Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You better enact that covenant. You better act on that covenant.
Absolutely.
And I put in my notes right here, first miracle, because remember they always say turn the water to wine.
Yes.
This is the first miracle.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow, that's so true.
That's dope.
That's so true. That's good.
He just was born.
He was just born.
He
Birds stuck in the air.
He said, I got to do a miracle already. I just got here. Can I relax?
Can I get used
I had to come down through 7 heavens, through the firmament.
Yeah, and then descend from your natural state.
Yeah, I have to do all that. Now I gotta fix your hand.
Baby.
Yeah, and now I'm an infant, and I gotta fix you up because you don't want to believe. Come on, I'm trying to get fed over here.
Right? Okay. I wasn't even done. Okay.
Can you even eat? Can a baby eat?
Exactly. Come on, let me get my suck on. Okay. 29. Then the midwife went out of the cave, being approved by Elohim. And lo, a voice came to Shalom. Do not declare the strange things which you have seen, till the child shall come to Jerusalem. So Shalom also departed, approved by Elohim. And we forget sometimes that that's why we are living this life, to be approved by Elohim.
Yeah. And we ain't supposed to tell everything. No. There's some things he tells us because he told us. But it ain't time to tell everybody yet. Else yet. He said, don't say a word until the baby gets to Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell y'all a quick story. Okay? Real quick. It's real quick. So when me and Abram met together, when we gone to school together, but we was friends. But long time, we ain't seen each other. So when we first came together, right, he was locking his door. Okay? I'm always talkative, like y'all see me talking. I kid you not, when he turned around, I saw all the phases of him as a man. I saw the old man in him. I saw the middle age, the old man of him, right? And I couldn't say, I was like, oh my gosh, that's my husband. And the Ruach said, don't you say nothing. And that whole night, I couldn't even speak. Am I lying?
Nope.
I was like dumbfounded. Like, he was like, you hungry? No. He the only one at the table eating food. And the waiter's like, what the heck? Why are you up here eating in front of you? I could not talk. He was talkative, and my husband is not the type to be talkative first, unless he like really know you. But like I couldn't say nothing. I saw every phase of his face. Like I saw him when he was in his 30s, and we were in our 20s. We was like 22. I saw him like the 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old. I saw like the faces. It was in a blink of an eye. He just turned around and I saw it. And I said, oh my God, that's my husband. And he said, don't you say nothing. And I couldn't say nothing. I was like lost for words. I found them all though, but yeah.
And it's such a difference between, how someone be talking that, Lord said you was my husband. And right. Y'all still ain't got married. You don't have 5 girlfriends, y'all still ain't got, but the Lord told you. And I don't mean Abram, I mean
no. This gonna be waiting on you. Okay?
What did he say?
All right, it's gonna be waiting on you on Friday.
What did he say?
I got 2.
He said, "Bonnie, you were silent."
Like, no, it was more so, Bonnie, you were silent? I can hear your voice. I hear you. But I was saying, like, sometimes he tell you something, like you said, don't go out and tell you.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for you. And it wasn't for me. I don't know. It wasn't.
I'm just letting you know.
Exactly.
So you can slow your little self down.
Absolutely. Because I probably would have just been like, you my husband. He probably like, wait a minute.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, it wouldn't have went down like that because you already know.
Yeah.
He told me before he told you. So.
Oh, well, listen, he told me not to say nothing.
So you didn't say nothing.
Yeah, that was for you.
Yeah, it probably was for me.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow.
Because if you act anything like you do now, you would have told everybody you met. If somebody would have even said hi to everybody, like, that's going to be my husband, so I'm going to need you to back off.
Oh, you know what? This story time can't be about me. But I tell you.
So you can't tell everybody everything he tell you.
Yeah, you're right. All right, where we at?
15.
15. Then Joseph was preparing to go away because there arose a great disorder in Bethlehem by the coming of some magi from the east.
Oh, that's the wise men.
Yep. Who said, "Where is the king, capital K, of Yahudium born? For we have seen his star rising in the east and are come to worship him." When Herod heard this, he was exceedingly wroth, troubled, and sent messengers to the magi and to the priests, and inquired of them in the town's hall, and said to them, "Where do you have it written concerning the Mashiach, the king, capital K? Where should he be born?" Then they said to him, "In Bethlehem of Yahud. For thus it is written, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Yahudah, are not the least among the princes of Yahudah. For out of you shall come a ruler who shall rule my people, Yasharel." And having sent away the chief priests, he inquired of the magi in the town hall, and said to them, "What sign was it that you saw concerning the king that is born?" They answered him, "We saw an extraordinary large star shining among the stars of heaven, and so outshine all the other stars, as that they became not visible. And we knew thereby that a great king was born in Yasharel, and therefore we are come to worship him." Then said Herod to them, "Go and make diligent inquiry, and if you find the child, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also." Had to give the look, because y'all know he lied. So the wise men went forth, and behold, the star which they saw rising in the east went before them, till it came and stood over the cave, where the young child was with Miriam, his mother. Then they brought forth out of their treasures and offered to him gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned in a dream by an angel that they should not return to Herod through Yahud, they departed into their own country by another way.
Look, this is really, really proof that Herod, what are you doing being king? Because remember, we went through that whole Maccabees.
Yes.
Your family paid for that position because you don't even know the prophecy.
Sure do.
All of Yisrael knows about this prophecy. They ain't got to be like, who's this king? Where he gonna be born? Everybody already knows. They already know that prophecy. Bethlehem of Judea. Everybody knows this. You don't even know this. You inquiring of the wise men.
Absolutely. You imposter.
And the confusing part about this is that, so he's born in the cave. The wise men are at the cave. In the 66, it says they went to the house, but it still could be the same place because we don't know what Hebrew word was used. Remember, they jacked up our stuff so bad they could say, well, he was living there, so that's his house. You know, they a little sneaky like that. So don't look at that. I just don't want everybody focusing on that. Well, which one was it? They go to the cave, or they go to the house?
Right.
Focus on the Magi went to worship him and brought the gifts.
Absolutely.
Focus on that. The rest, let Yahuwah set in order because they don't mess with the words too much.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's just like some places it says 9 months, but we know it's 10 months. But it could have, the Hebrew word could have just said full term or whatever. And because we think they want us to think it's 9 months, they could have just put 9 months.
Absolutely.
Whereas the Hebrew word probably just said full term or came to term or it when time came or, like that.
Like it did now.
Yeah.
Like it did
and when
now.
it was time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me see. Okay. Where are we?
10, I think. Yeah.
10. Then they brought forth out of their treasures and offered to him gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned in a dream by an angel, they should not return to Herod through Yahud. They departed into their own country by another way. 16. Then Herod, perceiving that he was mocked by the Magi, and being very angry, commanded certain men to go and to kill all the children that were in Bethlehem, from 2 years old and under. But Miriam, hearing that the children were to be killed, being under much fear, took the child and wrapped him up in swaddling clothes and laid him in a kuka, because there was no room for them in the inn.
You see how they twisted that whole story? She's trying to hide him from Herod.
Yes.
So she wrapped him up, put him in a kuka is like it's a coat. So she laid him under a booth.
Okay.
Like that. Not
in
a manger is something that horses and cows eat out of.
Got you. I can see that.
So just in them saying she put him in a manger, you are downplaying him, or not even, like you're calling him something.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you're calling him an animal, some kind of animal or something. When that's not the case. This is a coat. Place him under a coat.
Wow.
They made like a little makeshift thing.
Yes. And placed him in there.
And put him in there.
That's crazy.
Wow. And Elizabeth also hearing that her son Jonathan was about to be searched for, took him and went up to the mountains and looked around for a place to hide him. And there was no secret place to be found. Then she groaned within herself and said,
that's when the mountain opened up.
Your mind. Don't.
You play too much of that clip.
Listen.
We used to this already.
Absolutely.
Hide your babies. Here coming for them.
Absolutely.
Here, they're going to start disappearing from school. They're going to start snatching them.
Hide your babies.
They're going to start asking questions like, do your mom and daddy say they Hebrew? Anti-Semitic, take the baby. That's why it's really, really important right now. If you have a child, don't give them no birth certificate.
Listen.
Because you basically saying the state own them and they can take them anytime they want. No birth certificate. I'm sorry, y'all don't own this child. Can't take them.
Yeah, but you're going to have a fight trying to get that.
You're going to have a fight.
That's the thing.
Because the school is not going to fight for them not to take it. Yeah. Y'all going to have to be like in stealth mode for real, like them not having your real address. Like, really, you're going to have to, like, she hit the baby.
Listen.
They said, ain't no room at the end. Build us a coat. Hide the baby.
Listen,
wrap
Abel
them up,
told you what was going to happen, so.
And then Elizabeth was like, a mountain open up. She like, you ain't getting my baby. Mountain open up. And then I don't know what happened when the mountain opened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened when the mountain opened up either.
We'll see tomorrow.
Yes, we will. We shall see.
Yeah, we side-eyed April.
Yeah, when no one else is around.
We gonna beat them up at the school.
Can't You know, I just can't do a proper cliff sometimes. You know, I felt like that was a perfect part.
And he know we do clips.
Absolutely. He ain't new to this. He true to this.
But it caught me off guard because it was 6:51.
Yeah, but I told you, Lolo. See, I told you, Lolo was figuring this out, so I had to end it earlier. So but Lolo not even here. No, it's yours. It's yours.
It was yours. Adam, don't blame it on Kuwa.
Well, y'all, we love you guys. We hope you enjoyed this reading. It was so much fun. We're going to get more into it tomorrow and find out what she said to the mountain. And what did the mountain do?
And did the mountain hear her?
Right. Did it open or not?
Do mountains have ears?
Can you go to a mountain and say, open up?
Good luck.
Well, listen, I wouldn't put it past it.
Hey.
I would not put it past it.
Hey.
You under covenant and it's a him thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be a little reluctant to go inside, but I mean, if it opens up right in front of me, I'm gonna have to be like, Father, I need your angel.
Or you be frozen like.
I'll be like, no, babe, you go in.
You go first.
You go first. And I think I'll follow.
Can I get a little light?
Oh man, that will blow my mind. I think I would go crazy after that moment. I know, shalom, family. Absolutely. I really enjoyed this, and I'm glad that we're reading this for a second time.
Yeah.
I'd like for you men to get onto your men's call, aka James Morgan. Okay, get in there, sir. You got the link.
Also, did you send the link already?
I'm not responding to that comment, Mr. Morgan. Get into the men's call when you can.
They gotta let me in.
You're not in.
Shalom.
Bye.